Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom what the truth is. With our hearts uncovered, boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace. Before we begin, I want to say something important. Tonight's conversation touches on emotional experiences connected to sexual behavior and childhood safety. We won't be graphic, and this isn't about blaming anyone. The purpose is understanding and healing. If this feels heavy at any point, take care of yourself. While listening, you still can pause, step away, and come back later. Your well-being matters way more than finishing this conversation. You are safe here, and you are not alone. This space is the People's Podcast, not a show and not an episode, just a place where people sit together and talk honestly about life. We're the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Tonight, my sister is sitting with me. We grew up in the same house at times and carried a lot of the same feelings without always having the words for them. We're not here to share every detail of our past. We're here to talk about how not feeling safe when you were younger can follow you into a childhood and what we've come to understand about ourselves. We're just having a conversation together. So listen at your own pace. I want to start with this. Have you ever looked back at your life and realized some of your choices wasn't totally about, really about what you wanted? They were about what you needed to feel secure. What if attention felt like comfort? What if being wanted felt like protection? Sometimes a person wasn't chasing desire, they were chasing reassurance. Peace, peace, Tanya. You're muted and I can't unmute you. Peace, peace, Tanya.
Hi.
There we go.
Now, peace, peace, Moon Taurus. Can you share the deeper meaning with us, please?
Sure. I like carrying the deeper meaning, like a shell. And when someone grows up without emotional safety, the mind doesn't understand the experience as harm. The mind understands connection. The brain begins to associate closeness with validation and validation with security. A child learns that attention equals acceptance. And then later in life, that lesson follows them. They may look for closeness, reassurance, or intimacy, not because they are searching for pleasure, but because they are searching for stability. Sometimes sex becomes a language a person uses to feel valued. Not intentionally and not consciously. The mind is trying to recreate a moment where they felt chosen, not abandoned. A person can grow to believe their worth is being tied to being needed. They are not weak, they are repeating what once felt like protection. Healing begins when someone understands what they are not seeking and understands you're not looking for attention. You're not looking for safety. We need safety. Peace, peace to whomever else has joined.
Hence the quotations that wasn't meant to be said out loud, but that's okay.
Oh, y'all got a big script for me now.
So,
I'm not reading off teleprompter. That all came out of my head, I promise.
yeah. So, Tanya, I want to understand your experience. When you think about growing up, what did safety mean to you?
To be protected. To be loved, to believe that there was no harm. I mean,
When did you first realize it affected your relationships later in life?
Ask that again.
When did you first realize it affected your relationships later in life?
I'd say probably about a year ago. That because I'm not allowing certain things in my life that I allowed probably.
I think you froze. Tanya, I think you froze.
3 years
Oh,
prior.
no.
You froze for a second. You froze for a second. So you're not allowing some things that you froze.
Hold on. My computer's acting up. So I worded it freeze that.
You're not allowing things that you used to allow about a year ago.
Okay. And I started loving myself and realized 3 years ago I was allowing I don't know, men to walk all over me, I guess.
A little bit off script. Did you feel the need for filling that void that sex gave? Did you feel that that was a way of coping?
I'm not understanding the question.
Did you feel that void that what sex did for you? Did it fulfill a void?
In a way.
Do you feel that you became like an addict, kind of like you were addicted to the attention or the whatever that?
Oh, definitely. That most definitely. That's all I wanted. That's all I thought about.
Did you ever confuse attention with love?
Yep. When I it wasn't love, it was lust.
You know the difference now?
Oh, definitely. I'm more
Did it
happy.
did it have to do with you once you learned how to self-love yourself properly that you were able to see what real love was supposed to feel like?
And a part of me is still kind of learning.
Okay.
But I've been like by myself for so long. Not sure.
Did you feel like you had to earn closeness?
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. So, what emotions were you carrying that you didn't understand back then?
Fear, love, being accepted.
What helped you start healing?
That's all very related.
The
What
what?
helped you start healing?
Loving myself. Respecting myself, more or less.
So, even though we didn't grow up all the time in the same household, there was many a times that we did, like, I don't know how a lot of families are, but you always have certain people that you have to be around because they're, I don't know if they're closer in age or what the thing is, but it was always me and you.
Yeah.
It's always me and you.
I agree.
And then I realized both of us became sex addicts. And both of us were using that as love. We thought that that was the only way that we felt wanted, needed, loved, and accepted. And
Yeah.
it was actually harming us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we're going to open up the questions. Moon Tortoise, what emotions do you think that you were carrying when you were younger and that you didn't understand then? Now that you look back, you're just like, oh, that's what that was.
Well, I was confused. I answered confusion immediately, but my mic was muted. I was very confused when I was little. And I carried those emotions until about 4 years ago, where I did a lot. Well, I'll start with 8. That's where I started confronting a lot of things about myself, starting with addiction. So a lot of the confusion wore off, and sex was always something that was very confusing for me growing up. That has completely changed for me. So, and learning about it is fascinating. And what can I say? I've been listening. It's been an intimate conversation, which can mean all kinds of things. We can learn things. So, Tanya, I don't know. I wanted to thank everybody at home too. We got a bunch of listeners on here. We got to like 4.
We're going to talk about safety. We're talking about safety and how you mistake safety for sex, and you were thinking that you needed that fulfillment when it was actually just safety you were looking for. I remember having a lot of abandonment issues when I was younger. I remember sex was very open in our house. Everybody was touching everybody. Everybody was sleeping with everybody. Everybody. I'm not kidding. Everybody. It was like we were living in down south. It was insane. And they were all open about it. Honest about it. I mean, we have cousins that are sisters. We have
It's crazy.
her mom was my aunt, but it was my aunt through marriage. It was insane. It was insane how everybody was touching everybody and doing things with everybody. My grandpa, go ahead.
I've been very open with you about it, Badger. I mean to interrupt you. Tanya, I'm very impartial from your side of everything, so that's why one thing I've been listening. Don't have much to say. It's a hard situation and a topic, and I'm glad to see both of you sitting here talking to me after everything. It's awesome.
My grandpa was a preacher, and I think he was the biggest pervert out of all of them. Made me feel very uncomfortable as a youth. And I know he messed around with my mother. Like, no doubt about it. I've seen things. It was just a weird relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that really affected my mother's mental. I think that she wasn't a good mom because she didn't have good parents and she didn't know how to love. And she passed that right on to us. She showed us the lack of self-love. I don't remember being told I was sacred. My body was sacred. I don't remember ever being told that I was special and beautiful and I needed to save myself for love. Never. I remember times where she would let guys walk in the room with me when I was 14 taking a shower, and they'd be staring at me in the shower and she'd be laughing and I'd be crying. I didn't go to her house often, but I always kept going back to her house because I wanted my mother. She would take me back to my dad when felt like being a mom was too much for her. I remember she touched me very inappropriately when I was such a young age, and I told her it made me uncomfortable and that I didn't like it. And she kept saying, well, if you wanted to stay home from school and just have guys come over, you can. And if you want to have sex, you can. I said, I don't even know nothing about sex. I'm 13. I don't want to know about sex. Do you have moments that you feel like, Tanya, that your childhood was taken from you and that our parents knew and they didn't say nothing?
I will say yeah. And where people didn't believe, my parents didn't believe me. So when I've told them things, So, I mean, am I?
What's that say?
I don't know.
I can't hear what you're saying. Just somebody on TikTok said something. I can't read it, and he's trying to read it.
It's AI summary discussing how seeking attention led to addiction and the journey to self-love. So this is what the AI is picking up that you guys are talking about.
Yes. And it did lead to self-love. It led to a journey of finding myself. And I'm not sad by anything that went on. I'm honestly not. I appreciate everything that I went through because I grew so much.
Mm-hmm.
I made a promise that I wasn't going to be like my parents. I wasn't going to be like that to my children. And I wasn't. I honestly wasn't, and I'm proud of myself for that. I wish I would have known that healthy boundaries were, though. I wish I would have known that I was supposed to, as a woman, to have these boundaries to protect myself against men. And men aren't supposed to do whatever they want to you. Men shouldn't treat you any way they want to, because your job as a woman is to please them. That's what my father told me. And I knew no better, and that's what I thought. It took a long time for me to really love myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I lost my virginity when I was 13 to another 13, maybe 13 and a half year old. Okay. We're the same age. There were two other kids who were 13, 14 in the room with us. And at that time, the big talk around my age group was sex. And, you know, most among my male peers was how to rack up a body count, so to speak, right? That was a barometer for what, I don't know, how much of a bro or a man you're becoming. And you know, we were running around learning from Penthouse magazines. And that didn't make it right. And it ended up going down a horrible path for me. And it felt wrong. It really did. So, you know, there's kids running around doing this. What could have prevented your situation? And did y'all reach out for help? And you said it was ignored, Tanya.
Yes.
Not super, but it was ignored. Do you mind if I asked who ignored y'all?
It was my mother. My mother ignored everything that I said, like even to this day. She doesn't want to believe the person that touched me did it, but I forgave her and I just moved forward.
You never reached out outside of your family. I know you look at your parents like they're supposed to be your saviors, and when they become your worst nightmare, your whole world comes crashing down. You don't know how to control that. It's impossible. Your brain isn't even developed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm shaking. I'm so upset. And you know, it takes a lot to get me here. I'm really, it's sad. Y'all are good people. I've known Dad for a long time.
You know, we grew up in stability. It wasn't like we didn't have stability. We had stability. We always had a roof over our head. We always had food in our house. We grew up with stability. We always had a male and a female in our homes.
Mm-hmm.
It was, for me, though, seeing them going from male, female, male, male, female, female, everything. Like, I'm telling you, there wasn't even a pet that was safe in our home for me, because everybody was doing something to everybody. It was insane. And I kind of picked that trait up, and I started doing that as an adult. And I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I've messed with my cousins. I've messed with my sister's boyfriends. None of that was sacred to me. Nobody was off limit to me, because I didn't have respect for myself, let alone what intercourse was, what real love was. Sex didn't mean nothing to me. It wasn't sacred. And because I lacked that self-respect for myself, I allowed everybody else to treat me as such. Honestly, I never told a man no. Even when I lost my virginity, I said no in the middle of it, but I still allowed it to happen, that I was okay with that being consensual, even though it wasn't. And my son's father was the second person that I messed around with, and I was only 16, about to be 17, and ended up pregnant, and he was very abusive, mentally and physically. And it just got worse after that. I think, and when I did have a good relationship, because I had a really good relationship when my son was young, and I didn't stay in it because I thought that the grass was greener on the other side and there was more I was missing, and that I wanted to fulfill this void still. I was searching to fulfill a void.
So
Tanya, I apologize. Go ahead and move toward us.
I was going to ask, here's another question. Since I've been mostly listening, was your house the cool house? Would you have friends over and stuff? Was it like the cool house to hang out at for maybe delinquency or okay?
No.
No.
There was a bunch of adults always at our house. We were the only kids.
That's even scarier.
We weren't even allowed to have friends over.
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness! All right.
So I'm gonna lay this out to a scenario. This is my sister. This is my sister. This is my blood to me.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I will never. No one can tell me anything different. This is my sister. Okay. The only family member that I speak to, that I love and that I would respect, would be this person right here. Like, nobody can mess with my baby. That's my sister. But at the end of the day, we became, I'm telling you, her mom was my aunt, married to my uncle, became my dad's
Mistress.
and my mom's mistress. And then my mom left, and she stayed in our lives. And my dad had such a big heart for kids, and I don't know if it was creepy. Now that I hear stories from other sisters, it could have been creepy, but my dad had a obsession with kids, that he adopted everybody's kids and took everybody's kids in. My whole family loved kids. So our closest was our cousins and stuff. We had a lot of kids around, but they were all related.
Mm-hmm.
People at home, thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm throwing out disclaimers. People, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you share it. Hello, Christy and Allison. Share our podcast. It might be able to help. Share this sit down. It might be able to help someone who's been through experiences like this before, serious, and anyone who's suffered from abuse. Maybe this will reach you.
Peace, Cicely. Love you. You know, I was gonna ask my sister, when you look back, can you tell the difference now between someone caring about you and someone just wanting you? And how'd you learn that?
Oh boy. I do know the difference now. Just recently, I've been talking to somebody. Haven't met in person yet, but he respects me and he is on my time and he doesn't want nothing from me. So yeah.
You know, I didn't learn until after the person that tried unaliving me. I'm not gonna say their name. You know who it is.
Yeah.
I didn't learn, which that was a red flag because they were aggressive and abusive to you.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, that's an unstable mindset for me to think that I could get a different version of them.
It's like you thought that you were able to change anybody you could.
Yes.
And he was not able to be changed.
And after that, I was still going down a downward spiral. I don't think I still became who I am today until I went on my journey of my first journey of celibacy and fasting and whatnot. And when I started growing my hair. You remember who I was before I started growing my hair and who I was after I started growing my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different people, weren't they? I had so much peace and I found myself and I learned to love myself. And that's when I think I really, truly started learning the difference between love. There's my mom. What did my mom say? Moon Tortoise or Tanya, can you read what my mom said?
I am so sorry, ladies. I feel awful. You both went through all this. I love you all to the moon. And I am so proud of you 3.
Yeah. And my mom, and you know, my mom loves you, Moon Tortoise.
Is she talking about? I thought she meant another sibling. Then I appreciate that to the moon and back. Thank you, Susan.
And so, my mom told me when I was younger that I was sacred and I had to start getting my stuff together. I didn't really listen. I listened because I was a better parent, but that's about it. I didn't listen with allowing men coming in and out my house. My dad was a gigolo. He was a womanizer. He really wasn't nothing to be proud of. But we didn't know that because we didn't know the difference. We just didn't know the difference. We didn't have another male role model to look up to say, yes, that's not how men should be, because all the brothers were like that. We never had a role model really in our lives to say this is an example of a good man, from not just my uncles, all the way from your mom, who she dated. The people she dated were that way. The people my mom dated were that way. My biological mom. We never had people in our lives to say, now that's how a man's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a strange alcoholic who screwed luthiers. No one's going to get that joke. My dad was a luthier. A luthier is someone who builds instruments. You know, my mom actually, I think she might have did her fair share of messing around behind my dad's back. We didn't have a lot of sexual trauma in the house, except that a lot of that came from my mother slinging abuse at me and calling Joey and Energy Hamster and I slurs, fun slurs, just for the heck of it. So, but she was a monster. Abused the heck out of us. But nothing like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't believe you can even talk about this.
Oh, well, I'm
It
so
took me
over
a
it.
lot.
I can tell
And
it's
I'm-
heavy on you, Tanya. I appreciate your presence here.
It took a lot to. I still don't open up a whole lot about a lot of things, but
That's fair.
Your mother, though, for the most part, was a better mother than my mother.
She I will say that she had tried her best. She didn't find out about what happened to me until I was in my 20s. And like by then she's like, "Are you sure that's what happened?" Like and so it's I was drunk one day and it all came out. So
Yeah, I had to stop drinking because I was different when I would drink. I was so emotionally unstable, and I would tell everything, and I would tell everything. I was so
same way.
so
It was,
emotionally unstable.
I was the same way, so I get it.
So my mom, Suzanne, that's weird that I said call her that, but that's my mom, and that's who raised me. And I would always go live at Tanya's. I lived at Tanya's, or Tanya lived with me, and it's been like that our whole entire life. And Tanya finally became independently stable of having her own place for her children, and I would just go to Tanya's. To this day, that's where I would go, is Tanya's. That's my safe place, because I'm telling you, the only love I felt was when I felt it from from Tanya. That's it.
Always.
It's a different kind of love with siblings. Energy hamster is very important to me after everything we've been through. My spirit animal.
Yeah, no, like my sister means the world to me.
Yeah, definitely.
So how can early experiences shape our relationships? Ooh. Well, they did it to me. How about you, Moon Tortoise? Your family relationship, did it affect your relationships as you got older?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. It was a pretty good blueprint for how to do and not do it all at the same time. So, I'm strangely functional in some areas and wildly dysfunctional in other areas. And I think after everything is said and done, I even find stability now in a relationship kind of terrifying a lot of the time, despite trying not to. I feel I'm in a, I rolled one of those lotto tumblers and Harry popped out of it and I'm like, wow, it couldn't have been better if it was $1 million. Harry's amazing. So I consider my relationship I'm in very stable and happy and loving, and it scares the shit out of me
So I
sometimes.
apologize. I forgot to
You're good.
introduce DH. I forgot to introduce DH sitting next to us here. I totally forgot. Usually he's not here. He is now on first shift for a little bit. It's unfamiliar to me. He's usually above him. We usually bloop him in. DDH, did you think that your relationships that you love, because you've been with some women, do you think that and I don't mean a whole bunch, I just mean unstable ones. Do you think that your early childhood played a lot with your choices?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I grew up in a broken home, so parents. It seemed like a lot of people in the beginning I was getting with were a lot like my mother, how she was and stuff, and it was crazy. Or things that I saw growing up in my household. So yeah, I definitely can say that part. And I know that I didn't pick these partners intentionally. It was just it seemed like it was a safe zone.
Yeah, familiarness. That's what it was too. I picked people that were familiar to me, of the unstable, unhealed version of what I was used to. If
Uh,
somebody was good to me, it made me feel very uncomfortable.
um, I want to just interrupt again real quick. Tortoise interruption. I never really was able to establish healthy relationships to begin with because of my situation. I wanted to add that in. It made that very hard, and a lot of the confusion I had over my sexual identity growing up made it even more difficult. And when I did find a relationship, it was very hard on both parties concerned. And I don't talk about my last relationship a lot out of respect because I'm very hard to live with because of the things that went through to me. It's a two-way street, whether I think that they were also not fair in a lot of ways. But it takes dysfunction to know dysfunction, and trauma bonding is very hard. And that's exactly what I fell face first into
Mhm.
with someone who probably didn't deserve it either. And the shit's hard.
Yeah, it is very hard. So, DDH, what does emotional safety actually feel like?
What does emotional safety actually feel like? I think you have peace of mind, so peaceful. You feel like, and it also feels. I feel like it's comforting because you just feel like you're safer than.
Hey, Liz. Peace, peace, honey. Liz, did your childhood affect you in your relationships growing up? And for me, honestly, and nothing against DDH, I don't know what emotional safety looks like. Honestly, I may have it, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you this is what it looks like. How about you, Tanya? What does emotional safety actually feel like?
I am in probably the same boat as you. I don't even know how to feel about it.
Yeah,
Not yet, anyways.
yeah. I've never had anything where I can openly communicate without judgment or expectations or prejudgment. I've never had something where I'm able to be vulnerable and let my guard down. DDH and I have been living together for over a year, and he don't know a whole bunch about my past at all. There's a whole bunch he don't know about. Unless he learns it from listening, I don't really talk about it to you. And I don't share the old version of me with anybody. One, because I'm not that version anymore, and two, because I don't have a safe space. I don't feel safe. And that's probably not because of DDH, it's probably because of me, to be honest with you. Moon Tortoise. Are you here? No. All right. So Lizzie said, I never felt loved, always the black sheep, never got invited to nothing. Oh yeah. That's sounds familiar. That sounds so familiar. That's kind of what my sister and I have been through, for real. And I think the reason why my sister and I got so close is because we were the black sheep, because we weren't like them. We didn't want to be like them. And we traveled our own roads, and we did everything ourselves that were not like them. I know I personally didn't listen to their advice.
I will say that we are different.
Yes.
We were different than all the others.
Yes. And because of our trauma, because of what we went through, our older sister is agoraphobic now. She doesn't like people. She honestly is afraid of people. She doesn't go outside. I hardly ever go outside, but I'm not agoraphobic. I don't have a problem with people. She is. And it stems from a lot of early childhood stuff that she allowed herself to be put into a situation that changed her. And now she's in a very toxic,
very dark place.
In the marriage that she's been with for what, 17, 18 years or so, or longer, 19 years, 20 years. I don't know. She was 14, 15 when she got with him. And yeah, now she's 1 year older than me now. So it's been 30 something years, 40 years that they've been together.
It's like 33 years.
I don't know. He's our brother to us. We just known him our whole lives. And the thing is, He's not healthy. He's very toxic, is very unhealthy. She doesn't know the difference though.
Mm-mm.
At all.
It's bad.
Thank you, 8 viewers, for listening to this story.
What's
We
Christy
loved it.
say?
Wow, Christy Farley. Emotional safety when you don't let others make you feel less or not valued or make you think you are crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that if it sat in front of me. Swear. Moon Tortoise, you know what emotional safety looks like and feels like. I want to
Yeah.
say you have it now.
No, go ahead. What are you saying?
I want to say you have it now.
Yeah. Like I said, it feels weird. I do have emotional safety. I guess I'm in a bad relationship with the world, but I think everybody is. It's just a level of awareness with it. But emotional safety, yeah. It's comforting to know that someone actually cares without strings, without wanting anything. It's amazing. Love feels really good.
What's Lizzie say?
Lizzie says, I love to be out an outside nature person. I'd rather be outside with nature than with people. I feel at peace surrounded by nature.
Me
I've
too.
had some good conversations with the trees and wind.
Me too. But I am in a relationship with my bathtub. Why not? I have an aquatic lifestyle, and that happens.
I had a badass bath. Definitely a hot bitch bath earlier. It was amazing.
So,
There's more baths.
Tanya, when you were younger, what did you believe you had to be in order to be loved or kept around?
Oh God. I don't even know. Perfect, I guess. Uh, I don't know. Never understood why I was pushed away. So I don't know.
I think I learned that I had to be. Christy said, "Me too." The aquatic lifestyle. I think I learned I had to be a doormat. I honestly was told, I swear, that a woman's place is in the kitchen and to shut up and tolerate and appease the man and bow down and kiss his feet and allow him happiness. And honestly, I've been threatened. My father threatened me physically and emotionally. I love my father. Honestly, to this day, I forgive him for all the things that he did not know better with. He wasn't raised with a father. And like I said, I never seen a good role model of male figures. And I never knew that that's how it's supposed to be. I didn't know what love really was. I still am learning. Like, healthy boundaries was really, really hard for me. I didn't know what healthy boundaries were. I didn't know they were allowed to be. I didn't know I was allowed to have boundaries. How about you, Tanya?
The boundaries.
Yeah.
I mean, I was raised with my mom.
Hmm.
Seeing dad wasn't very often, but when I did see him, um, I don't know. I think I lost track.
Healthy boundaries.
Healthy boundaries. Okay. I don't think I ever, I don't know, ever learned, I guess, healthy boundaries. And I don't, I don't know. I don't know.
What Christy say? Moon Tortoise.
Christy says, wow, I shared this already in case people can jump on in hopes they will join in, start or stay in their healing journey. Thank you so much, Christy. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Do you know what healthy boundaries are?
Want to know what healthy boundaries are? Yeah, of course.
You do? Have you experienced those? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen healthy boundaries, and I've seen unhealthy boundaries too. And I've been exhibited healthy boundaries, but it's not that you learn. It took a long time before I was able to know what healthy boundaries are.
As a man, did you have good role models in your life that were men that you could look up to and say, this is how a man should be?
Probably is my father, and I took
Your
it.
uncle?
Yeah, my uncle too, but mostly the one I seen a lot was my father. I mean, I just seen everything he did, man, and then being a single parent too. So, I mean, he did pretty good. So
I like your dad, Dan. Oh, sorry.
yeah, he was the male
I do
figure.
too. I do too.
Yeah,
He thinks I'm smart.
He is a good guy.
He says all the time, he thinks I'm smart. So, Tanya, do you think you were reacting to what was happening around you, or to how alone felt inside it? Or what? Do you think you were reacting to what was happening around you, or to how alone you felt inside? Two questions. It's either the or. Is it? Do you think that you were reacting to your environment, things that were going on around you, or because of how alone you felt inside?
I think I want to say of how I felt alone. Um, I always felt alone, like I was by myself. Um, I don't even know how to put these into words of how I felt.
You have really good boys. And it's weird that you have really good boys in your life because they didn't have good male role models for real.
No,
Go ahead.
they only had me. They had me to raise them. Like my boys they respect women because they were raised by me. And I've always told them, you always respect a woman. You never disrespect anybody.
I'm telling you, I had times where I thought I was going to have to kill one of them, though. I'm just letting you know. There was times they tested me,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was about to unalive one of them little boys. I'm just saying, because
Everyone listening can relate to that too. If they got
the only people that are in my life that have been in my life my whole life is her boys. They are my nephews, and I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I don't know them for real, but the only ones that grew up with me in their lives is her boys. And I told her boys at one time that my lie's been removed. But I told them at one time that I would eat her and raise them as my own, and not to test me, and they never did because I think they were afraid. But
They were afraid of me. As my boys always respected women. Yes, they have tested boundaries from me, from their aunts,
I don't think so.
but they got put in their place pretty quick.
Good. That's a good thing.
So TikTok removed our live, and I don't know why. So
Well, it's obviously perverse and vulgar what we're talking about. I mean,
probably.
that's why.
Yeah. I don't know. I can only imagine. There's a bunch of words that were coming across, but I can't see TikTok. I can't see the small things. So do you know what it's different with my son compared to her boys, and I too was hard on my son, and I raised my son too. But I allowed different guys to come in my life and treat me.
I mean, so
Really?
did I, but
I think mine stayed longer. You got rid of them.
not really. Tony, my oldest boy, he's very protective, and he's, oh my God, he's wanted to kill men that disrespected me. So,
Well, so is my son, but he also disrespected me. But my son, he is protected of me, but he just doesn't treat women like he should, and I don't think he loves himself though. I think that I showed him that.
I think he needs to work on himself.
Yeah, I think he doesn't love himself, but that's the only other issue. I think it's him. I don't think it's because of how he was raised. Do you think that you were Moon Taurus? Do you think that you were reacting to what happened to you when you were younger, like your surroundings, or do you think that you were alone and you felt alone inside?
Well, I'm gonna back it up real quick. Wait, alone inside? Yeah, let me back that up real quick. First of all, I wanted to catch up on the comments really quick because we got so many awesome viewers coming, 7 at one point. That's what it's about. And I wanted to say that Christy Farley, who you should follow. She has an amazing story, especially if you have anything autism related in your life. Well, great stuff. Christy said, I learned the hard way by compromising until it broke me down. I am so happy to have retrieved that power back into my possession. And we had Kendall Cobb. You were at 5K rudeness. And you can follow Kendall too, who is our peer, our friend, our family, and artist. And that is rude. 5K, wow.
We had 5K likes and stuff like that. DDH.
Yeah, no. That's
yeah, they
that's
removed
wild.
it.
However,
You didn't answer.
I did not answer, and I was going to. I actually had something to add to what y'all were saying, and I cannot remember for the heck what I was talking about. What was the conversation?
About respect. Our boys, we raised our boys basically alone without a positive male role model, and they respect women.
You skipped over me earlier about the positive male role model question. Is it because I'm some kind of non-binarian or something?
No, because your face was off. I thought you were busy. Because I said Moon Taurus and you didn't respond. I said Moon Taurus twice and you didn't respond.
Oh no, it's right after Danny. I will say.
I know, but I asked you before Danny.
Oh, okay, that was when I've had. Sorry, I'm having some technological difficulties here. Sometimes it happens to me, and I did want to answer that. That's what I was trying to go back to. I had a bunch of positive male role models in my life that showed me a bunch of skills and respected women. And what I saw is my mom and dad get into wrestling matches a lot when I was younger on the floor, because my mom was drunk out of her mind all the time. And even younger, when I couldn't really process everything that was going around, I remember my dad wasn't beating her up. He was trying to pull like broken bottles and stuff out of her hand. She was trying to assault us with and stuff. And I learned a bunch of stuff watching all that go down. And one that my mom was very disrespectful. And two, that my dad was very respectful in the way that he actually didn't hit her, because she was a person who goaded you into trying to use violence against her all the time. So my dad showed me a lot of that you be strong, you don't get yourself hurt, you protect the ones you love, and you do it all while trying to minimize casualties to people. I was very lucky to have my dad and my grandpa in my life and the judo club that we all had. And it was awesome. I want to answer that.
Your turn to do the reflections anyhow.
Is that where we're at?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me reflect really fast. You know, there comes a moment when a person stops asking what is wrong with me and starts asking what happened to me. They realize they were coping the only way they understood at the time. What once helped them survive followed them into adulthood, and they were trying to prevent loneliness, rejection, abandonment. Healing is learning that worth is not earned through sacrifice. Care does not require trading parts of yourself. Safety should never depend on being needed. And when someone finally experiences acceptance without conditions, shame slowly becomes compassion. Thank you all for having a good conversation with us tonight.
I want to ask my sister one more thing, and I want to tell her thank you for coming on. This is not normal for her to open up and be vulnerable, and I think if it was anybody else's show, she wouldn't do it. And I thank you for that, and I love you beyond life. Before we finish, though, I want to ask you one last thing. If you could talk to your younger self, the version of yourself now, what would you tell her?
The only thing that I can say is that about that is I don't think I would, if I could talk to my younger self, I don't think I would tell her anything, because for the fact is I've learned from what I've went through and I'm moving forward from it.
That's why that's my sister. That's why that's my sister. All right, so right now at this time we'll do positive messages, but I want to hear Moon Tortoise play Simp real quick, because addiction and fulfilling a void goes a long ways, and then there's healthy ways of doing it and there's unhealthy ways of doing it. And Moon Tortoise made an amazing song called Simp. I would love to share it with everyone.
You know, I didn't think you were going to ask me to actually play that. Do you think it's, I have my guitar always. Do you think that's applicable for tonight's conversation? It kind of glorifies sex in a way, actually.
But there's a healthy way of doing it, though. There's a healthy way of having sex, and then there's an unhealthy way. And when you learn self-love and you learn what really exchanging positive energy with another individual is.
All right, if you want me to, I'll do it. Maybe it does. There's Simp. Stay in my eye and tell me it's raining anymore, and a positive vibe. Forces of nature are calling me deep into your void where I feel alive. I'm a simp for you, baby. I'm a simp all night. Let me simp for you. Let me simp all night. You got me down on my knees when I'm stretching. Feeling oh so good that it hurts. Deep in my body, I feel you touching. I'm hoping and praying it hurts you as much. Stuck in your closet and dig them deep into my spine. Well, I melt away. I'll be a martyr, your trouble takes them out of me in every possible way. Mama, sip, sip, sip for you, baby. Let me sip, sip, sip all night. Let me sip for you. Let me sip all night. You got me down on my knees like it's church. It's almost so good that deep in my body I feel you touching. I'm hoping and praying it ain't you as much. You got me down on my knees like it's church. And the feeling is almost so good that it hurts. Deep in my body, I feel you touching. I'm hoping and praying it ain't you as much. There we go. That's like the quick ass version. I didn't think you were gonna make me play.
I don't make you. I just encourage it. I love encouraging you. So we're gonna do positive messages and then we're gonna do and outro. So and then stay on for a second afterwards, Tanya. So positive message. My positive message would be love yourself. It's worth it. And if you see somebody else not loving themselves, love them for them and tell them that it'll benefit them if they start loving themselves. Let them know how beautiful they are. I think that helped me, being told I was beautiful. I don't think if I didn't have my mom that raised me to tell me I was beautiful, I don't know if I would have heard it positively from another individual that didn't have to. Positive message, DDH.
Take a page on my dad. Keep hope alive.
All right. Positive message, my sister.
Never regret anything that you've done. Just learn from it.
How about you, Moon Tortoise?
Well, damn, I wasn't gonna play it. Music's how I get over trauma. It's how I encapsulate it and understand it. So I don't know, find something that does that for you because it's easier to process that way. Keeps me happy.
Oh, this isn't the music show, Misty. And my mom said thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Whether they think we're the music show. This ain't the music show. We just talk about mental health.
But anyway, so remember, nothing happens to you. It only happens for you. We're the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Don't just be different, become the difference. Until next time, thank you for taking time out of your day to heal with us. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations filled with peace and love. And what Misty said. Misty.
Everyone's swooping in. Always self-respect before anything, or anyone else. Peace always unlocks the world's most powerful queens and kings.
And my mom said?
Your mom says, you're sweet, my girls. Treasure every moment in your life.
Of course.
Yes. All right. Love you all.
Be the difference, Kendall Cobb. Yeah. We love you. But you waved me, though. From Majestics.
I waved you. I don't know. All right. Peace.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom what the truth is. With our hearts uncovered, boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. What them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can't be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to.